I hear the sound buzzing, so when she said she wanna die, and he sees she ain't bluffing, so he held her to the skies, cried sour momentum, passive with goodbyes. I'd rather you tell him, but now the truth is I've digressed from all the feelings, so it's forever though. Like my mama's son missing, ain't no telling, do they love him?
Should I even zoom in on this one, bro? I mean, y'all can see the writing on the wall right now, man. Come on, man. Exploring YouTube, zero view YouTube, exploring zero view YouTube. Look, I didn't even need to see or hear anything, right? I'll just let it play in the background while I literally share my thoughts on this, bro. Right? And by the way, bro, come on, bro. The shit is green. All right, I do have a shoulder. Look at that. Look at my hand. I do got a shoulder, bro. Kind of looks weird, and that's why I keep rocking this jacket, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's the green. It's the green effect, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's because of the green effect. You can see right through me, literally. This is where I'll be at, but you can literally see through me. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanna what is it called? Contest this. I wanna push back on this, right? To let people know, bro, it's no such thing as zero views, my nigga. Like, you ain't a view. Like, your eyes looking at something doesn't account as a you know, valid or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? You look at you're looking and viewing the thing the whole time you're editing that stuff. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Zero views. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only saying that because I want to now bring people to the audience of one reality, dog. You do know that the audience of one is valid, right? Round one? What are you talking about round one for, bro? The first layer of making this whole thing make sense is factoring the audience of one, which is you. It's you. Give yourself a round of applause, man. It's like it is what it is, bro. There you go. New edition. There he is. There he is. You know what I'm saying? You count, brother. You count, sis. Feel me? And so being an audience of one actually counts for something, because I feel like I've actually gotten comfortable in being my own audience. You know what I'm saying? Especially like within these beginning stages. You know, I do appreciate, and I don't want to come off as you know, not regarding or not considering the people who are subscribed, right? I look at this I look at the sub count, and okay, look, a little bit of a backstory in terms of like the sub count that I got going on right now, right? So I used to drop some music, you know what I'm saying, like music content on here, but like that happened a while back now. You know, it's been a minute since I did that, and so for the most part, the sub count that is on here, that is projected on here, is not actually, you know, from what I'm doing right now, right? From these kind of videos that I'm dropping right now, and so therefore, like, I wouldn't say the number that we're at right now is, you know, it started from the ground up in terms of what I'm doing at the moment. Okay, so I'd say probably 0.2% of this sub count is from these videos that I do. So it's literally nobody viewing these, you know what I'm saying? It's literally me. And okay, here's a little bit of a, like, I know this might lower my stock, my value, whatever. I got like 4 other channels, right? And so 4 of the subs on each of my channels come from my alternative channels. So it's just me, literally, bro. And so I might just, you know what I'm saying, I might just like fall into believing that probably myself, you know, with these 3 other channels that are subscribed here, and maybe 4 other people or 3 other subs are like real people. You know what I'm saying? So it's a long way to go. I do appreciate those little to no subscribers that I got, like, I appreciate you. I acknowledge you. This is me acknowledging you right now. You know what I'm saying? Love you. You feel me? Appreciate you. But just for the contextualization, damn, of what I'm trying to say, right? Is that, yo, initially people have to be comfortable with the idea of the audience of one, just it being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Viewing the thing, because I feel like, check me out though, right? That's where a majority of your confidence can like shine through. You know what I'm saying? Just focusing on yourself like that, seeing where you could tweak, seeing, you know, the little things that you could tweak, just to make your whole experience better. You know what I'm saying? The watching experience better. So you can kind of like imagine yourself being at a point where a whole bunch of people are there, like as your audience or whatever, but like you just being there, you just being there by yourself and only imagining people. It's like you project what they'll be receiving, and you want to, you know, make that experience the best that you can for people to consume that. You know what I'm saying? And so that, I feel like that is the benefit of the audience of one. That is the benefit of just being there by yourself, no views, no nothing, but the persistent dropping and the persistent doing what you do. And you know, it gives room for things like what is this, brainstorming, so to speak, right? So switching up ideas, seeing what could work, seeing what not to double down on. Okay, you know, a little bit of attention, you get that 1, 2, 3, 14 views max. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, ah, this works. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of double down on that. And it's that little thing without no pressure of like blowing up overnight and having this viral video and then deciding, oh, let me do something out of this, right? And then now it's like, yo, okay, people are aware of you, but you know, number one, you don't got nothing like solid. And that's another thing, you grow something solid out of being, you know, your own audience. You can like latch onto something that you can consistently do and be like, yo, I don't mind doing this the whole time, even when nobody's watching. And so, you know, that gives birth to consistency. Now you grow in that muscle of consistency. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you do, it's like you can do with confidence now. You know what I mean? I mean, imagine it like this. Like, this is to my content creators, right? Who are probably react, like, okay, not just limited to reaction channels or whatever, but the kind of content creator that where you stay in your room or whatever little bubble that you may be in and just speak to the camera, just you and the camera one-on-one. You may be alone in that room. Don't you think you're talking to yourself then? Yes, bro, we live, you know, we are in a reality where we know exactly what we're doing. You know what I mean? People are gonna see this, people are gonna engage with this, people grow from this, mind you. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, it's like, let's put ourselves in the reality of, let me say, 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine yourself 25 years ago doing what you're doing right now. You're literally in a room just yapping by yourself. One man, right? One woman, whatever the case. You know? Wasn't that considered insane? You feel me? But look at what is it, like the productivity, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can do something out of it. Like, the world has advanced, and you know, I do appreciate that about it. You feel me? But look at how that evolved into like people understanding that, yo, something that makes real solid sense can come out of this, can come out of you acting insane for a little bit. I don't know if you guys catch what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, being your own audience of one, there's some benefit that can come out of that. There's some solid material that can come out of it. You know what I'm saying? AKA these characteristics that can just like develop out of you. Feel me? The confidence that you never had. You know what I'm saying? It can go from like, yo, dude, like I literally feel like a madman, bro. Right? Doing these, like dropping these videos, nobody watching, like, yo, you can really, it's easy to undermine yourself, probably. I think that's what I'm trying to say. You know, it's easy to undermine yourself, like just downplay whatever it is that you're doing. But I know y'all know the saying, do not undermine small beginnings. This is one of them. Try to practice that. Right? Literally, bro, I felt like this shit felt pathetic. I remember, I think it was like my second, third month of, maybe fourth month of, you know, putting out some reaction content. I'm saying, because for me, it was the easier route to tap into first. Yes, there is the discussion where, you know, people believe with this reaction thing, it really cannot go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's what neighbors mean. You know, talking about, yo, it's not gonna go anywhere unless you come from having built an audience from elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or having done alternative content previously. You know what I mean? And then you getting into reaction material, that's when, you know, your reaction channel can make sense and take off. But, you know, just beginning, like starting this stuff just purely from reactions may not go nowhere, all that kind of stuff, right? But I was like, yo, that's still the easier thing for me to do. Of course, bro, somebody with sense, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you do consider this whole audience of one reality that I'm telling you about. Like, you could, you know, try, like, it's about like trying a whole bunch of things, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody there to just like, you know, put that pressure or harsh criticism that may be discouraging to you. Like, if you see something that works, apply your mind, bro. Okay, cool, let's try something else, try this, that, and the third. And then like naturally you have like a variation of types of content, you know what I'm saying? So that whoever engages with your whoever engages with your content, they see the sort of multifacetedness you have to you. And then they may be like, you know, they may tap into a different sort of thing that you have previously created. You understand what I don't know, bro. Like, it is what it is. Like, for me, it's like, it doesn't matter. I feel like whatever you do currently, as long as you fire with it, it could be the only thing that you've ever done. You know what I'm saying? You can grow whatever it is that you need to grow, in terms of momentum, growth, clout, numbers, whatever. Like, you'll grow it. You don't have to necessarily come from a previous version of type of content for you know what I'm saying? But then these were the discussions, right? I got a little bit nervous. I saw this one reaction channel, bro. I think Antonio Speaks. It was Antonio Speaks. I started, you know, it was like my fourth month of doing this stuff. I started comparing myself with Antonio Speaks, y'all. Hold on, let me research something. Let me do a little bit of quick homework. So I'm like, yo, so it's my fourth month, bro. I'm like two subscribers in, probably. And then I'm here comparing myself with this guy. Shout out this dude, right? But, you know, it is what it is. I just want to zoom into his, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here, I'm like, oh, 100, blah blah blah. Okay, this time he wasn't on 138k subscribers, right? By this time, I think he was around just below 100 or just above 100k, something like that. It was a couple months back now from this point, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, damn, bro, why ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't at the levels that homies in right now? Like, you know, seeing that, yo, dog, this guy has been in the field for so longer. No, okay, not longer. Yeah, well, it was a little bit longer, but it was like, okay, from what I could judge, a meteoric rise, bro. Was it meteoric? Okay, not meteoric. Let me not cap on this, dog. But it was kind of like fast, bro. Like, damn, like, you know, now I'm comparing myself with these other creators, and it wasn't just Antonio, if you know what I mean. Comparing myself, I'm still getting nothing, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I was like, cool. I think by the time I got to my 5th month doing this, I compared myself to an Antonio type creator. His 5th month of dropping a video, and it was just like up there, and I'm like, golly, bro, like, the hell's going on? There's people. I ended up justifying the whole situation with the fact that, yo, people be faking their views, and, you know what I'm saying, they be buying this stuff. It gets crazy, I know. It gets stupid, you can feel insane. It is what it is. But, you know what I'm saying, there's some beauty in that, because, you know, the frustration and all of that ended up making me want to try like some ideas, watch those ideas back myself, you know, put myself in the shoes of the consumer that's, you know, that these videos that I'm crafting up are created for. And then, you know, like, I can sort of judge it without no pressure, bro, is what I'm trying to say. Without any form of pressure. You know what I'm saying? For me, bro, it's like that's the beauty of the audience of one at the end of the day. You know? I know it's corny, bro. It's like, yo, but you gotta start somewhere. I did admit the fact that this may just like take away from my stock, my value. You know what I'm saying? As a creator. But you know, the whole comparing myself the way that I did, that shit was like atrocious. I get it, I know. It was bad work. It was bad, very bad work. But you know, I couldn't help but just like appreciate the benefits, you know, or what I consider the good parts of being your own audience. You know what I'm saying? Your own audience. No pressure. You feel me? And okay, here's another thing that I do kind of have to admit as well, is the fact that, you know, contemplating this whole content creation thing, whatever, dropping videos, contemplating that whole thing, it depends on your starting point, right? A whole bunch of people's starting point may be lucrative, you know what I'm saying, form of income right here. It is that. It's a beautiful form of that, and it's a fun form of that. Very fun, you know what I'm saying? So your mind may just like latch on to, okay, how can we get this popping? How can we like just make this cheese off rip? Shit like that. You know what I mean? And so therefore, okay, naturally, for somebody who thinks that way, you deserve to come into walls. You know what I'm saying? Like to like hit walls. You deserve to hit walls, because I feel like, yes, it is a very shallow reason to be like, nah, bro, what, another form of income? All right, let's jump in. Let's see how we can get this, you know, hit this little quick lick real quick, right? But then at the same time, it's like, dude, you know, I feel like deeper reasoning, putting deeper meaning into creation, whatever it is that you create, and putting it, like, it's people with deeper meaning to their agenda that win, you know, a better quality of a reward, so to speak. You feel me? And so being as shallow as you may be and hitting that wall may then force you to like come up with like a, you know, a better meaning, better reason to why you do what you do, aka create this content and being on these platforms. That's exactly what happened with me. You understand? And then it's like, yo, okay, you shift the kind of like the goalpost for yourself. Be like, I see it's no numbers. It's like literally, it's just me viewing this stuff, or the 2 other people that are subscribed here who like probably don't even go through like the entire video or whatever, for example. You know what I'm saying? They may just like watch a couple minutes and then click off, and then they may just like tap into a video here and there. They don't, you know, they may not be watching the whole thing. You feel me? It is what it is. So it's essentially just you. You know what I mean? But now, you know, as I said, bro, like that kind of forced me to shift my whole focus as to why we're here. That's what I'm saying. Why are we here? Why are we here? You know what I mean? And now I don't want to get into the whole reasoning, but like as we move forward, right, more reason, more, I don't know, purpose of why we are here is finna reveal itself. But you know, I think I've done a decent job in exposing why I'm here right now. Obviously meanings change, you know what I'm saying? As I said, like my initial thing was like, yo, how can we quickly come through, play this game and just go crazy? But it's like, no, chill. You know what I'm saying? Watch out, gang. Briga, porfa. You know what I'm saying? Briga tuts type shit, you know? And so, you know, I ended up just like seeing seeing it necessary to like sharpen other skills, like communication skills, consistency, you know what I'm saying? Like putting not just like half-assed type heartedness to something, you know what I'm saying? Seeing the long-term value, you know what I'm saying? Projecting the thing long-term, and see what it could be in the future, for as long as you're sharpening the skills that you are sharpening, doing it right now in this time period when it's nobody but yourself as the audience to watch the stuff back, right? It's okay. You feel what I'm saying? Get as creative as you can. I feel like that's the point of it too at the same time, right? Go crazy. Feel me? So yeah, I don't know what's next. Should we just hop into some reaction stuff right now real quick, like immediately? I feel like some reactions right